folks, welcome to the channel. Welcome to today's video where we are going to try and unravel and fix the very low FPS issues that PC players are finding right now with Warzone on Black Ops 6. So we're going to jump right in your search bar, go to Nvidia control panel and run that as administrator. This video is the best fix that I've found so far. So up on the top left and adjust settings with preview, change this to use my preference emphasizing balanced, and then apply that, which will be down here on the left hand side. Okay, while you're in here, make sure that in physics settings it is your graphics card that is shown here. Sometimes it will be set to auto select or something else, so make sure it's set to your graphics card. In your resolution, make sure it's set to the correct resolution for your monitor. You can see here I'm using an Acer monitor, 2560 by 1440 as the native resolution, and the refresh rate, got various options. I'm obviously going to go for the max refresh rate, which is 180. So once you're done with that, you're going to want to load up Call of Duty, and then you're going to want to run the following settings. Firstly, in display, you want to set this to full screen exclusive. I have it currently set to Windows mode because I'm recording. Okay, but you want to set this to full screen exclusive. You want to make sure that your monitor is the monitor that you're using. You want to make sure that your graphics card is shown here. You want to make sure that your screen refresh rate matches what we were just looking at in Nvidia control panel, and that your display resolution also matches what was in Nvidia control panel. Then you're going to want to click restart shaders preloading. Just do that now, and then once we've completed all of these graphic settings that I'm going to give you, you're going to restart the game. I'll remind you to do that. Let's keep going down, go to custom frame rate and set it to unlimited. In some cases it will already be set to custom. Change it to unlimited. Change your menu render resolution to maximal. Change your Nvidia reflex low latency to on if you're running a CPU which is a 7, i.e. an Intel i7 or a Ryzen i7. If you're using an i5 or a Ryzen 5, change it to on and boost. Save this, which will appear when you go to move to the next tab. Okay, so when you go to move to the next tab, set your graphic preset to minimum. Set your render resolution to almost exactly what your monitor is displaying, so 2560 by 1440. This is just ever so slightly less, but it's fine. Make sure dynamic resolution is off. Make sure you have Nvidia DLSS switched on. Make sure that you have it set to balanced mode with Nvidia DLSS sharpness set to 10. Once you're done with that, make sure you have variable rate shading off. Make sure you have your VRAM scale target set to 60. Make sure your texture resolution is very low. Your anisotropic is set to low. Your depth of field is switched off. Your detail quality is low. Particle resolution is very low. Bullet impacts are off. Persistent effects are off. Shader quality is low. On-demand texture streaming, provided you're using an Ethernet cable and you have a high fiber broadband package, set it to optimized. If you're running Wi-Fi or you have a poor connection, set it to minimal. If you are running an Ethernet with a high gigabyte internet or whatever, set your local texture streaming quality to low. Otherwise, if you're on Wi-Fi, set it to medium. Okay, I can't change that right now, but set it to normal. Okay, set your shadow quality to very low, turn off screen space shadows, turn off occlusion, turn off screen space reflections, turn off static reflection quality, turn off tessellation, set your volumetric quality to low, set your deferred physics quality to off, your weather grid volumes to off, and your water quality to off, and then save that. In view, set your field of view to whatever you prefer. I have it set at 116 because traditionally that is the best if you're on controller for engaging your aim assist. Set your weapon field of view to wide. Make sure that you have world motion and weapon motion blur off, and that you have first and third person camera movement to at least 50. And then when you try to go between these tabs again, it will ask you if you want to save your settings. Just say yes. Okay, now restart your game. Okay. Once you've restarted your game, double check that you are on full screen exclusive. Double check that your monitor shows your correct monitor, that your graphics card is still shown here, that your refresh rate and your display resolution remain what you changed them to. Then go into quality and make sure it is still set exactly to the settings I gave you. And the reason I'm mentioning this is when you restart your shaders and you restart your game, sometimes it doesn't work properly and one of your settings has gone off somewhere. Okay, so as long as you have your settings like that, let's jump into the game and we will take a look at the graphic results, and hopefully it's going to give you the correct quality of picture that you need to have some visibility on the map. Okay folks, so here we are in the game now after we have made all the graphical changes and Nvidia control panel changes. And as you can see, the frames are bouncing around a little bit, but the game is running smoothly, and we'll keep an eye on the frames up in the top left hand side of my screen. But we've got a decent balance between the graphics and the performance.
Supply box secured. Move to the next one. Focus is in position, deploying ETL.
You have to bear in mind that I'm recording from the same PC that I'm playing on.
Enemy
So
advanced UAV is active.
I will quickly stop the recording and just see what the frames are,
One remaining.
and I will come back and let you know. And I'm just going to do that now. Okay, so these settings, when I'm not recording from the same PC, give you 170 frames per second, 160 to 170 FPS. Which is really not bad at all. Because the nearby graphic fidelity is absolutely fine.
Your squad mate is being tracked as the most wanted target. Eliminate enemies and secure supply caches to get that target off their back.
And at distance, it's not terrible either. You can see some decent tessellation. There's some decent clarity. It's not perfect. You can see some slight rendering issues using the Nvidia DLSS balanced settings. These settings should also work for 4060,
UAV in the area.
4070, 3070 cards. It is not perfect, but a lot of these issues are not related to your graphics card. They are related to the performance of the game. Thought teammate was fighting over there, but appears not.